Your actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, this is England 2024, set in Dartmoor, and the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Plymouth's finest. So moving on to our briefing, and there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been very naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so, so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the mansion staff, and we'll be bringing with us a vial of lethal poison along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are just going to close the doors to the balcony above the entrance hall, make our way over to the far end of the room here, and our first target is Mr. Carlisle, Patrick, and he is currently trying to chat up one of the maids, and he will very shortly be interrupted by Mr. Fernsby, the butler, and he will then move over beneath this chandelier, which we will then drop on his head. So our first target has now been dealt with. We are now going to make our way out into the entrance hall area, and just to avoid the enforcer who patrols around the balcony, we're going to head out onto the outside balcony area and up the drain pipe to Alexa Carlisle's bedroom. And in here we will find 2 housekeeping staff members, one of which is currently facing us. So we're just going to wait for him to finish cleaning the table and move away before we make our way into the bathroom. We're going to turn on the gramophone here and then hide behind the freestanding bath, and that will attract the attention of the housekeeping staff member, and when he comes in to investigate, we can render him unconscious and deposit him away in a closet somewhere. And if the eagle-eyed amongst you are paying attention, you'll notice on the mini-map that Alexa Carlisle has just arrived with her bodyguard, so we will need to wait for her to leave. Luckily enough, she does not stick around in this area for very long, so by the time we have deposited the housekeeper into the closet, she should now just be getting prepared to leave the area. There she goes. And the other housekeeping staff member in the room is returning to her duties, and once the bodyguard has turned around, we can make our way into the living room area or the bedroom, and we can add our lethal poison to the cup of tea there, and then exit out via the balcony back down on the drain pipe, again checking on the location of the patrolling enforcer, who is just in our way at the moment, so we're going to give him a few moments to move into his next position, and once he is, we can then return to the library and out through the door on our right. We're going to close this door behind us just because it's nice and neat and tidy, and this will interrupt the guard, our next target, from also flirting with one of the maids. The maids are very popular in Dartmoor. He will make his way out onto the balcony, and all we have to do is follow him out and throw him over the edge, where he has a relatively soft landing, but not soft enough to prevent him from perishing. So from here we're going to make our way into the balcony area above the living room, and as you can see, there is our next target, a patrolling guard, and we're just going to wait for him to move back into his other position at the far end of the corridor, and when he does, we can then move into position on the other side of the entranceway, and the guard will be stood directly below yet another chandelier. So there he goes now. We're just going to plant ourselves over by this urn here, pull out our silenced pistol, and when the guard has finished moving into position, we can drop the chandelier on his head, and that is our third target now taken care of. Alexa Carlisle will eventually go back to her cup of tea, so she is now dealt with. So technically we have 4 kills taken out. We're gonna make our way along the corridor and out the window at the far end, and we're gonna scoot around the ledge here and into the bedroom on the far side, where we will encounter a secret passage that leads to the small office. So we're just gonna move the picture of the dog here to open the secret door. There is our final target, Mr. Ford Jr., the lawyer. So we're just going to open the secret passage door, and we've just missed an opportunity here. So we're just going to wait for the lawyer's guard to make his way back to the window, and when he does, we can sneak up behind him, render him unconscious, pull out our silenced pistol, and eliminate the lawyer, who looks rather familiar. So once we have dealt with the lawyer, we are going to have to tidy up a little bit, just in case Alexa Carlisle and her bodyguard decide to pay them a visit before she heads back upstairs. So we're just going to hide both the bodies in the crate provided, and then all we have to do is to make good our escape. We'll go back through the secret passage area, as there are 2 guards outside of the front door area. So through here, we're just going to once again give the enforcer on the balcony a wide berth. Be aware that Alexa Carlisle may be down the stairs here. We're going to head out the rear of the building, over the balcony or the banister, and we're going to make our way to the bridge exit. And just before we enter onto the bridge, we will wait here for Alexa Carlisle to return to her bedroom and sample what is probably now a very cold cup of tea. So there we go, that is one more trending contract taken care of. All that's left for us to do is to casually walk across the bridge and out of the moors. So one more trending contract dealt with, and we get confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, so we get our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.